Okay, my friends. So last week we started our poetry lessons and we learned about two types of poems, or well, technically three types of poems. Does anyone remember what types of poems those were? Give me one of them, Adi, or give me all three if you think you can handle it.
Season poem.
Oh, yes.
So weekday poem. I mean,
Weekday. Yeah, you could call it a daily poem, but a weekday poem, sure. What's the third one?
The third one is birthday poem.
Comes out when it's raining.
Rainbow poem.
Rainbow. Yes, yes, yes. Adi got all three. Adi, high five. Don't you steal it, Natalie. Natalie stole my high five. All right, my friends. So yes, we did three types of poems. And today we're learning our fourth, oh, I held up five fingers, our fourth poem. This one is when you use your taste, your smell, your sight, your hearing, and your touching. What do you think that type of poem's called? Gabriella, you have an idea? Ryan's giving you a hint.
It's called the senses.
Ooh, those were our five senses. Right. So this poem must be called the Five Senses poem. And I said Ryan was giving us a hint, and I was right. And that's because, oh, Natalie too. You were given this paper last week to print out. I gave it to you early, so I hope no one used it yet. No spoilers, right? If you don't have this paper, do not worry. I told your parents that this is just to help you organize what you're doing. I saw a lot of you wrote your rainbow poems just using a blank sheet of paper, and that's very impressive because, you know, it's easy when it's just laid out for you and you can fill it out. But it was awesome to see how some of you made your very own rainbow poems. Before we get started with our Five Senses poem today, I thought maybe I could have a couple kids read the rainbow poems. Now, unfortunately, we can't have everybody read their rainbow poems. If we're lucky, maybe we can have a couple though. So if you would like to read your poem, you can go ahead and grab it, but no promises that you will be one of the ones picked because it's random picking, okay?
I can't find my poem.
That's okay, Kenzie. I did read everybody who sent me their poems. I did read them, and they were amazing. Some kids, I won't tell you what the kids did, though.
But I can remember from the top of my head.
Well, if you get picked, that'll be perfect. Oops.
Next. I forgot where my poem is, but okay. I remember in my head how it was organized.
Wow, I'm very impressed that a lot of you are memorizing your poems. That's hard to do, memorize a poem. So let's see. For our rainbow poems, how about 19? Would you like to go, Liam? And read your rainbow poem? Okay. Go ahead and unmute yourself, though. It almost took his earphones off. Here, we'll have someone go while you grab it, okay, bud? How about 4? Julian, would you like to read your poem? Your rainbow poem? No? Okay. Did you get it, Liam? Or can you not find it? I can call on someone else. Let's see. 13.
My rainbow poem on musical instruments.
Oh, yeah.
Red drum, orange guitar, yellow tuba, green tambourine, blue saxophone, purple flute.
I like that because the thing with instruments is they tend to have their own color. Oh, I like your rainbow and your music notes. Instruments do tend to have kind of one specific color, but it's really cool when you see instruments that are different colors. And so I like picturing, a boring brown or white tambourine, and now it's green, not to mention green tambourine. That's really fun to say. So Malvina took something and made it rainbow. Now, some of you might have done that too, or some of you maybe took actual things that were that original color and made a rainbow poem out of that. So Malvina's showing us that there's two ways you can write this poem. Awesome job, Malvina. Liam, did you grab your?
From my book.
Ooh, okay.
Book that's about instruments and a rainbow.
So you use that to help you write it?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you have yours, Liam, or no? Okay, you're next, Liam.
Okay. My rainbow poem: flowers, red roses, orange marigold, yellow daisies, green carnation, blue iris, purple lilac.
Ooh, I forgot to snap for Malvina, but I'll snap for her, and I'm snapping for Liam. I saw a couple of you did flowers. Who did flowers? That was a very creative one, Liam. I liked the flowers because that's just a rainbow that's already on our planet. Did anyone also do some of the same flowers as Liam? Did you go, oh, I had a red rose, or I had a purple lilac? That's okay, Dario. You can always make it up, bud. You can do 2 poems today. That'll be exciting. Nice. So I have a couple flowers. Ooh, all right. Let's do maybe 2 or 3 more. Number 2, Ryan. Ryan, you did flowers, you said. So this will be cool to see. Oh, you didn't do flowers?
I did fruits and vegetables.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see what his are.
I copied some of yours.
Ryan, you're lucky I'm in Florida. I'd be coming for you. All right, Ryan, go ahead and share.
Red strawberry, orange carrot, yellow corn, green zucchini, blue blueberry, purple eggplant.
I like that because it's hard to think of, for vegetables at least, all the rainbow colors for a vegetable, all the rainbow colors for a fruit. So Ryan, awesome job on doing both. You made like a fruit and vegetable salad, like a buffet. Okay, let's see who's next. Now he's making me hungry. 17. 17 is Steven. Oh, Steven, you were raising your hand. You're very lucky.
Animals. Red woodpecker, orange fox, yellow chick, green turtle, blue whale, purple, violet sea snails.
Purple what?
Violet sea snails. I can find them on
Oh, sea snail. Oh, sea snails are so cool. Or sea slugs, they're very cool too. So they're all different crazy colors, like crazy neons, like glow in the dark. They're crazy. Did anyone else do animals? Man, not many people did animals, Stephen. You're actually one of few. Did people mostly do food? Yeah, a lot of you did food. I forgot to snap for Ryan, and I'll snap for Stephen as well. All right, my friends, let's do 1 more. No, 2 more. We'll do 2 more because they're quick. Let's see, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? 3. Oh, Josiah's not joining us today, so let's see. 12. Samarth, would you like to go? Or will Samarth got bumped? So, my friends, it's getting nerve-wracking. Oh, oh, 15. Is 15 still in here? You free, Natalie, to share? No need to keep typing, Liam. Go ahead, Natalie.
Stuffed animal rainbow. Red fireworks, orange honey, yellow Simba, green Tibian, blue cutie pie, and purple grapes.
Stuffed animals. I remember when your mom sent me that picture, I was like, ooh, look at that creative. Did anyone else do their toys? Stuffed animals. I remember when your mom sent me that picture. Ooh, look at that creative. Did anyone else do toys? Yenna did toys, so that's nice. Thanks, Natalie. All right, we'll do one more. Yenna did toys, so that's nice. Oh, speaking of Yenna, I got 18. Natalie. All right, we'll do one more. Yenna, would you like to share?
Yes.
All right.
I accidentally raised my hand for toys, but I actually did fruits.
You did what?
I did fruits.
Fruit. Oh, yeah. All right, we're finishing off with some yummy fruit.
Red apple, orange mango, yellow lemon, green kiwi, blue blueberry, purple grapes.
Yes, I remember that kiwi. The kiwi is brown on the outside. When you cut it up, it is this gorgeous green. You like kiwis, Yenna? I told you, right, Yenna, that I'm not a fan of kiwi. Well, that I've never really had one. I had one once. And you know what Yenna said to me, class? She said, Ms. Remitz, you're an adult. Go buy a kiwi. Oh, Yenna was so funny. All right, thank you, Yenna. I know some of you maybe wanted to share yours and you weren't picked. Don't worry, we can always share our favorite poems. I might be, because I won't be here on Wednesday, so I might have a Flipgrid up to share your favorite poem that you wrote. That way everyone can see it. Or you can share a new poem that you wrote. So you kind of get to pick which one you want to do. So that'll be your assignment or your activity on Wednesday. All right, my friends, let's move on to our new poem, because I think a lot of you will see that while the rainbow poem was to do with colors, this poem does all 5 senses. And depending on what you pick, this poem can get a little silly. And that's because one of the senses is tasting. Now, you have to be very careful when you are doing a 5 senses poem. And that's because if you pick something like a flashlight, you know, a flashlight's a really cool thing, but if you want to go ahead and look at a flashlight, ugh. Yeah, that wasn't fun. You know, if you were going to do water, that makes a little more sense if you're tasting water. And you can taste it like that. But if you're smelling water, you know, if your water has a smell, I think something's wrong with it. But I could go outside because I'm at a hotel and the hotel has a pool. The pool would smell like, what do you think? Chlorine, right? Because that's the chemicals that are in pools. Now, would I go and start yum, 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 tasting up the chlorine water? No. Oh my gosh, I'd get sick. So when you do a 5 senses poem, please don't go pick a poisonous snake and start, you know, licking his poison or something. Try and pick something that is safe for you to do. So we'll do it together now by showing you the 5 senses poem paper. And because summer's coming, I picked a summer poem book called Toasting Marshmallows. Here it is. And it's about going out and camping, going hiking like Gabriella did, and just being outside in the warmer weather. I'll read a couple here, and I want you to tell me what were some of the 5 senses you saw in that poem. But before we get started, we need to know what the 5 senses are. So who can tell me what the 5 senses are? I showed you earlier. If you have the paper, you can always look at that. Who can tell me what the 5 senses are? Let's see. Piper, do you know one of the 5 senses?
Yes.
Oh, give me one, girlfriend.
Touch.
Yes, with our hands, we touch something. All right, I'm writing this all down. That way we'll have a list when we look at the book. Thanks, Piper. Kenzie?
Taste.
Yes, I was just talking about that. Taste is what you do with your tongue, right? Taste. So, Mark, do you have one?
What did you do? Because I couldn't hear it. I was bumped for a long time.
We did touch and taste.
Sight.
Sight. Ooh, yes. Sight is with your eyes. They call it your eyesight. So you would say sight. We have 2 more. What are the ones we are missing? Let's see. Gabriella, can you give me one?
Hearing. Like listening to your teacher.
Oh, yes. She gave me an example too. With hearing, you're using your ears. I can't wiggle my ears. Can you? Yeah, you can? Wow, that's cool. What's the last one? Liam, I'd like you to help me. Touch, taste, sight, ears. What is
Smell.
You got it, on the nose. That's what we say when someone gets it right. On the nose. Awesome job. You need your smell. You use that with your nose. And if you look at the paper, if you don't have it, you can go ahead and grab it. But if you don't have it, you need a blank sheet of paper. But if you look at this paper, it has the nose for smelling, touching, for the hand, the ear for hearing, the mouth for tasting, and the eyes for your sight. But I used kind of those 5 senses words on this paper, and I'll show you it in a second, but I'd like to read the poems first. So thank you to my friends earlier who showed me that you can still hear me when I change my camera. So I'm going to change my camera now to my book. Ooh. But this is kind of cool because I don't have to present my screen to you. So you should be able to see it all perfectly. All right. So let me move it a little bit more. Can you see this or is it backwards? Steven, can you let me know? Steven's kind of like my test bunny.
What?
Steven, is this reading the right way?
Yeah, it says toasted marshmallows.
Oh, nice. Mine's backwards on my camera, so I got scared for a second. I said, oh no, they won't be able to see it. Here's my little list. We're looking for these 5 senses while we're reading some poems. I'll only read a few. Now, these aren't 5 senses poems. These are just regular old poems. But I wanted to see if you can find the senses in them. So here you have a picture of a family setting up a tent to go camping. And look here, this poem's called Tent. And they made the poem look like a tent. Isn't that awesome? Tent. First, smooth dirt, no rocks or roots. Next, sharp stakes, poles, strong nylon rope. Shake, snap, billow, woof, settle, tug, pull, taut. Our tent is up, blooming bright orange. Now, that was a really short poem, but it had a lot of our senses in there. Did you notice any? I'll read it again. I'll read it again and I'll tell you my list. So here are the 5 senses. Hopefully you can see them all. first, smooth dirt. No rocks or roots. Next, sharp stakes, holes, strong nylon rope, shake, snap, billow, woof, settle, tug, pull taut. Our tent is up, blooming bright orange. Now, did anyone see one or two or a couple of these 5 senses? And remember, I don't have the buttons, so you'll have to raise your actual hand. Like to call it a little stretch. Julian down. Yes, Malvina.
Touch.
Ooh, what was the touching that you heard?
Smooth.
Smooth, yes. So smooth means it's easy to touch. And what?
Tug.
So tug, they're holding it, yeah. What about this? Sharp. Sharp's a good adjective to say if you touch it, you go, ow. So when you touch something, it might be smooth or it might be sharp. Yeah, so there was a couple of touching things, like when you shake it or you snap it. Let's see, did anyone else have one of the 5 senses? So we got touch. I don't see any taste. I don't think we were tasting the dirt. That'd be bad. Oh, did we see anything? Was there anything we used our eyes for? I'll move this over a little bit so you can see it all. Yes, Samarth, what did we see?
Blooming bright orange.
Blooming bright orange. Now, blooming is like a flower, but it meant it was so bright that it looked like a flower was blooming. Awesome job, Samarth. I didn't smell anything, but I heard something in this poem. Would you like me to read it to you again? Oh, Stephen has an idea. Let's see if Stephen gets it.
A dog. Woof.
Yes, there was a dog. Woof. So I could hear the dog barking, right? Awesome job. So we got 4 out of the 5 senses. Maybe if we wanted to taste something, we could toast marshmallows. Here, I'll do another poem. Ooh, speaking of marshmallows, let's go to a campfire. Let me get my camera all set up. Boop, 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 boop. And remember, we're looking for 5 senses here. Sorry, my friends, getting a little, oh, that's why I hit the wire, so it started moving. Campfire. Warm front, cold back. I turn around. Warm back, cold front. I turn around. I lean against Mom, my head on her shoulder, warm all over. Now we have 5 senses, but I don't think we were able to hit all of those 5 senses. We might have only hit a few, if not just one. Let me read it again, and I want you to hold up your hand as soon as you hear me say once you hear one of the 5 senses being described. Warm front, cold back. I turn around. Warm back, cold front. I turn around. I lean against Mom, my head on her shoulder, warm all over. Yes, Robert, what are you hearing? What's one of the 5 senses you heard me read? Oh, did you have a question, or were you looking to share one of the 5 senses? I'm sorry, I might have misunderstood.
Touch.
Yeah, but you know what's interesting, Robert? I thought touch too. And you're right, but who's doing the touching? My friends, think about that. Who is doing the touching? Who? I think you muted yourself, Robert. But think about it, my friends. The little girl is warm in the front, but she's cold on her back. So she turns around, and now her back's warm and her front is cold. And when she leans against her mom, you're right, she's touching her mom, so her shoulder's warm, her head's warm, and her heart's warm. But what was making her front and back warm? What was making her front and back warm? Look at this picture. Think of what the title of the poem is called, Campfire. Yes, Malvina?
The fire.
Yeah,
It's
so
hot.
Malvina, you were saying the fire's hot. Now, is this little girl sticking her hand in the fire?
No.
No, oh my gosh, that would be a horrible poem. Robert
The
was saying, oh, what?
The fire is so hot that you can feel it.
Yeah, so Robert was saying touch is in this poem, but she's not touching the fire. But he was still right, and that's because the heat, the smoke, the warmth from the fire is reaching this little girl and touching her body. So that's awesome that even though they're not really hands-on touching the fire, because that would burn her, she's still feeling its warmth. All right, we'll do one more. This is about a girl who goes hiking, and she's sitting out in the nice weather by myself. Now try and hear one of the 5 senses. Here they are: touch, taste, sight, ears, smell. I wrote ears, I should have wrote hearing. I might sit here all day, listening to aspen leaves ruffle. That's these types of trees. Watching the quiet things, waiting to see what happens. I might sit here all day until I see 17 blue jays, until the beetle reaches the pine needles, until the panther cloud crosses the sky. Ooh, it looks like she's cloud watching. I might sit here all day by myself, alone, quiet and still, silent as a stone. There's a lot going on there, and I see some of you already have your hands up. Kenzie, what 5 senses did you find?
Hearing.
Yeah, she's listening to the leaves shaking, right? And it says quiet and silent. Let's see, what else was there? Adi, what did you find? Thanks, Kenz. Dario, up. I can hear you, Adi.
The 5 sentences I found was what?
Right.
Seeing.
Yeah, I saw Adi putting his hands by his eyes. He was saying sight. She's watching the things happening, waiting to see what she'll see. She's watching the beetle climbing, the blue jays flying, the clouds moving. You're right. So we had sight and hearing. Now, I don't think she's eating a beetle, so we don't have taste. I don't think she's smelling the flowers down here, so we're not having smell. But we do have, and she wasn't touching anything, though in the picture she's leaning up against the tree, so you could say that's touch, but that's only in the picture. My friends, you found so many of our 5 senses, and a lot of them came into the same poems. Now, we didn't have any tasting. We'd have to find one about them. Oh, make sure you're muted. We'd have to find one that has to do with toasting marshmallows. But today, you're going to do a 5 senses poem. I'll do one with you so you know what they look like, and then that'll be your homework, and we'll take our break before starting science, okay? So this is what your paper looks like. It has a picture of all the senses so you know which one is which. Now, if you just have a blank paper, I'll show you what to do too, but I'll do that in a minute. Now, I am in Florida, so maybe I would like to do my poem about something in Florida. So I have to make sure I write my name. Oh, make sure you're muted. Everyone check. So I would write Miss Remitz. And now you have to do your title first. You have to pick what you're going to be doing. Now, you can do 2 things. 2 things. You could do one actual thing, like for example, let me see if I can reach it. I have a banana. You could do something like a banana, or I did say I was in Florida, right? I know Florida has the beaches, so, or you could say going camping. You could do something like a place. And so if I did the boardwalk, I'll do that as an example. I'll do a thing as an example, and then I'll do a place as an example. So let's start with the thing. Let's be very specific, okay? So my title is bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A-S, bananas. So I have to say how a banana smells. Now, none of us really have a banana, so I have to smell it. And you all know that banana smell, and you know that banana flavor, right? But I can't just say it smells like banana. It tastes like banana. No, you have to use your adjectives, which are your describing words. So I'm going to say my banana feels, I remember earlier Malvina said the word smooth. This is a very smooth banana, and it's also cold because I got it in my cold air-conditioned room. So I would say bananas feels cold and smooth. If you want, you can just do one word, but I put in both. Now remember, a 5 sentences poem just has to describe what you're writing about. It doesn't have to be super long. It can be really short. You could have maybe just 5 words, like in your rainbow poem. Or you can be a little more specific. Cold and smooth. My banana smells. Yeah, let's see if you can see me smelling it. It looks like I have a mustache. That smells sweet. So I'm going to say sweet is my smelling word. Now, I think we can all pretty much tell. If you're looking at this banana, think to yourself, okay, clearly I could say what shape it is, or I can say what color it is. So it looks yellow, and I'm going to do a new word, watch this, curvy, because this is not a shape. This is not a circle, triangle, square, but it is curvy. So I would write that down. I only have 2 more to go. Now, did you hear that? Did you hear that? I don't hear my banana. It's not chirping like a bird. It's not humming or making some sort of music. It's not going like bow, 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 bow. I don't have a rocking banana. So my banana sounds quiet. Now I'm being a little silly. I'm saying quiet because my banana's not doing anything. But because I'm going to have to taste my banana, I pulled it as close to the microphone as I could. Could you hear this? Do you hear me peeling it? So here's my banana. I heard it. Now my banana was quiet, but if I wanted to, it could sound kind of like shh, shh. Ooh, it sounds, I said quiet, but you know what? When I peel it, it sounds like paper ripping. You all heard me peel my banana. Here's me ripping paper. It's not perfect, but it does kind of sound like it, huh? So I would say it sounds like paper ripping. And lastly, it tastes. Now I could say how it tastes. Tastes like a banana, or it tastes mushy. But I'm going to say it tastes yummy. Yay! So now, once you have your 5 senses, what you would do is you would put it on a piece of paper. Because this is just helping you organize. It's helping you organize your poem. If it gets a little hard for you to bring what you wrote here and put it on a blank sheet of paper like this, that's okay, you can keep it here, but I would love you to challenge yourself by writing it. I'm going to do that, so now you know what it looks like. So you would call it what it is you're watching, bananas. And I would say my banana smells like. You're always using the senses word, and you might want to say like after it. Smells like something. But if you're not able to use the word like because I said it smells sweet, then you can just say smells sweet, looks yellow and curvy, oops, I forgot the V, feels cold and smooth. So far, I haven't needed to use the word like. So put the word like in. If it doesn't work, take it out. You don't want to just have a random word in there. Feels cold and smooth. Sounds, oh, here comes the word like. Sounds like paper ripping. And lastly, tastes yummy. See how I kind of wrote a story? I'm going to end with my exclamation point. And I have my whole 5 senses poem here. This whole paper got turned into this. So when you send me a picture later today or at the end of the week, or when you share this on your Flipgrid, it's really nice if you have it written out like this because it helps you read it easily. Now, if you are going to be doing it without the actual paper, you'll want to write the 5 senses words. Smells, feels, you can put it all over if you want. Tastes, what else am I missing? Looks like, or yeah, looks, blank, and sounds. If you're doing not an actual thing like a banana and you're doing a place, you could do all types of things. That's where you get really creative. Here, I'll do boardwalk. I'll make this one quick so we can go on our break. A boardwalk. So you can say it looks very fun and fun and bright. You may be bright because there's so many colorful lights. Sounds loud and silly. You know, there's a lot of clowns on boardwalks, at least where I go. Ooh, can someone tell me what's something that you would taste at the boardwalk? I could taste at the boardwalk. Let's see, who would like to? Help me with that. There we go. Trying to see you, my friends. I'm sorry about that. Oh, there we go. Now I can see you. Yes, Gabriella, please help me. What's something that I would taste at a boardwalk besides the ground?
You could taste, there's a lot of things. You could taste.
Yeah, there is a lot of things.
Cream, you could taste like some snacks that you packed.
So it tastes like snacks. What kind of things can you buy at a? I like funnel cake.
Oh yeah, I don't like funnel cake.
That's okay. What do you like?
I like ice cream.
Ooh, and ice cream. Oh, this is gonna be a long line.
Yep.
And ooh, they have like fudge. There's always fudge. You know, you gotta love fudge. There's some fudges I don't like, you know. There's also popcorn and pizza.
Yummy.
See how I could go on forever, right, Gabrielle? So you could make that a really long one. What could I feel at the boardwalk? What could I feel at the boardwalk? I could also say the same thing for what Gabriella helped me with taste. I could say that for smells. So it smells like fried food. It smells like sweet treats, all types of things. Who can tell me what could I feel at the boardwalk? Samarth? Yeah, give me an idea.
The roller coaster?
Oh, it feels crazy like a roller coaster. Yeah, it feels like that rush of air. You could even say it feels scratchy like sand. Maybe you went off the boardwalk to the beach. Or maybe it feels like a pool. I know some of you like to go on the water parks, right? Yeah, as a couple of you do. So my friends, I would now take what I wrote and, like what I did here, put it on a piece of paper. That's what you'll be doing today. You'll be writing a 5 senses poem, and it'll be on this type of paper, but, oh, make sure you're muted, Robert. If you don't have that paper, you can put it on one like this, where it has just blank, and you can tell me the 5 senses pages.